All right, Chris. We are not a
Monolith. What's it? It's pick up the jar of questions.
Huh?
What the hell the name is
Jar conversations.
it? Jar of conversation or jar of conversation?
Jar conversations. If you get frustrated like that for real, you be like, what the thing say?
Hey guys, I am Chris.
I am Curvin.
Welcome to episode 5 of
3 rows.
One Mission.
Yep. And Chris always like to start the episode while I'm still getting my clothing together and all of that. But you know, nevertheless, we're here.
Yeah. And the mission is lover,
Dad.
and provider. Yeah. And those things
Not in that order.
They can be interchanged.
Yeah.
So it's not yeah. So we're gonna try a little fun little segment what we call
Jar conversations.
jar conversation.
Yeah.
You know what? We've been doing this for since episode 2, and I'm still falling behind.
It's all right, Chris. We all know you're getting old. So give me a number between 1 through 15. And if you done picked it already, I'll tell you.
8.
I think you picked that one already. So I'm going to do the next one.
I want to pick 3.
3? Okay. Each one teach one. What you think about that phrase?
Each one teach one. Isn't that an old African proverb?
It might be a proverb. I remember it being a song. It could be very well be a proverb, but I remember it being a song.
So when I hear that, I think of community support, community growth. If I eat, you eat. If I teach you and you learn and you grow, that means I grow. And as a group, we flourish. When I hear each one teach one, we should not be afraid we should not be gatekeepers of knowledge and skills. I think if we're giving knowledge and skills, especially to no matter who you are, there's a way, but there's really no way that there can be failure.
You're right. But there is a way, and that way would be that person just flat out being like, nah, I ain't going to listen to that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to learn.
Yeah, even though, yeah, it's proven, and I know you're teaching me, no, I'm not going to do that. When you said that about we'll all get better or whatever, I was thinking about it from each one teach one from the standpoint of this generation to this generation and connecting the generations. But I definitely like how you put it together, because if you teach me, then ultimately we make the world a better place, because then I can teach the next person, whether it's the generation after me or the person, in our same
circles.
Same circles. So yeah, and it ain't hard to do. When you say gatekeeper, volunteer information sometimes. Don't just wait for somebody to come to you. Just, you know what, I got this, and I'm going to share it with you, as opposed to waiting. And I think we find ourselves doing that more often than not. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm not going to share this unless somebody come to me. And that might be why sometimes we're disappointed with humanity.
We're not saying that.
Because we're not saying that. We're waiting till people come, and then we always assume, you know better.
How? I know better.
How do we know that they know better?
You don't.
You don't know. I hate sometimes when people in a position of power say, I know you was taught better than that. You don't know that.
You wasn't in my house.
You don't know that. You don't know where people come from. A lot of times you don't know where people come from or what they've been through. We got that part about we don't know what they've been through. And maybe we got the part that we don't know where they come from, but we don't think about it from the perspective of they may not have been taught some of the same morals and values that we have, to have us expecting certain things from them. So,
Like you saying that, kids should have to remind me sometimes, like when it comes to cooking or doing certain things. That's like, why can't they get it? It's easy. And she's like, it might be easy for you because that's something you enjoy doing and that's something you've been doing for a while. It's not going to come easy to them because they don't have the same experience or same exposure as you.
yeah, absolutely.
But you know, that was a good question.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do the whole episode of Jar Conversations.
Okay.
And just pick whatever. All right. So you did number 3 already. Give me another number.
Number 1.
Oh,
Oh, I'm scared now. Oh boy. Should I get up and walk away?
maybe. Happy wife, happy life.
I say happy you, happy wife. In part of it. And it goes back to the saying, if you're not happy, no one around you will be happy. And in that sense, if I'm not happy, even my wife is the most ecstatic, happiest person in the world, if I'm not in a good place, it doesn't matter if she's happy or not, because I want to put it down. But yes, if my wife is happy, that's a much easier day. Things go a lot smoother, and not happy in a way of pacifying her, but happy in feeling wants and needs, and doing small things that help out. Because my wife is an ultimate planner and organized person. If she's ecstatic if I plan something and put things together so she doesn't have to do it. She might still take it. I'm talking about you, Kisha, but she might take control back of it.
Yeah.
But like, if it's planned out and ready to go, she's happy, like, because she likes a well planned out experience and time.
I'm all the way with the phrase "happy wife, happy life." We have to remember, right? The purpose of this is not to destroy one person over the other.
Yeah.
All right. When that statement was made, "happy wife, happy life," at the time that came about, men are the dominant entity at that time anyway, right? So they're already getting what they want. So happy wife, happy life come from, all right, I don't want her to be upset with me or upset in general, because
Or
then
I don't want her to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered her, so I'm gonna keep her happy.
right. And we forget, you chose that wife. You chose her. She didn't. You chose her. Traditionally, you chose her. You wanted to be with her, so it shouldn't be that far-fetched for you to want to make her happy.
Yeah.
And if you do, yes, your life is going to be good as a result of that. Now, do I know that you can't make a person happy? They have to be happy with themselves. Yes. I have to be happy with myself. She has to be happy with herself. But I can contribute to her happiness. I don't have to take away from it. I don't have to say, nah, let me make sure I'm straight first. We ain't in a partnership then. We in a selfishness then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be less selfish than you, but we both gonna be selfish. No,
So,
I'm all the way with happy wife, happy life, because I'm gonna already be good.
Because I don't want you to think I was saying like, I have to be happy with myself.
Yeah.
Before the happiness, and not saying I need to be selfish about it.
When I hear that, I think there's a guy I like him. I think his name is Jason something. I can't remember what his name is, but he was talking about this is not a good phrase, happy wife, happy life, and under the same things of you need to make sure you're taken care of as well, which I understand, but I think we sometimes be so quick to get rid of these old sayings like, oh, they just so dumb. These sayings ain't dumb. We can enhance them, but there's some truth in them. Mm-hmm. They didn't just come out of nowhere. and older people that are coming up with these, they ain't dummies. They survived life without the same technologies that we had. We talk about how is it that people were getting married back in the day and making it last 75 years, last 50 years, and so on and so forth. They was making it laugh with these dumb sayings that we say are dumb now. Happy wife, happy life. Some man decided, you know what, I'm going to make sure that she happy. And that's why he is still married 60 years later. She bringing him his food. When he on his deathbed or when he is really sick, she taking care of him. But that girl...
Because he did the right thing for
right.
her. Because, yes, you're saying that. But there are people who've been married for 60 years. When that person gets sick...
There are some people like that.
I'm like, because they didn't do right by that person throughout the relationship. But I'm saying, and I'm agreeing with you, but I'm like also carving out there. All those long-term relationships are not always happy.
Right. I get that.
So yes,
I get that.
You do right by your woman.
Yes. Yeah.
They're gonna do right by you when you need them.
And here's the other thing to that, right? Again, this is not a shot at you or anybody, but if I'm focusing on myself first, saying that, all right, I got to focus on myself so I can make sure that she right, she gonna notice that. Yeah. She gonna notice he always gonna make sure he good first, and then she make.
I'm not saying that I'm focused on myself first. I'm saying I need to make sure I'm also in a happy place, and not saying in the pleasurable way. Like I need to make sure I'm in I need to be in a positive mindset. Mm-hmm. I might not be completely happy, but I need to be in a positive mindset to receive and to give.
To give what she needs.
What she needs. Yeah. And if I'm in a positive mindset, that means there's a good chance as she's been happy, my mood can change as well. If I'm coming in with an open mindset.
And another thought that I have too is most people believe in do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Most people believe in karma.
Which is pretty much the same thing.
Same thing, right? And I hear people now saying, energy this, I'm going to give out good energy and I'll get good energy back. If you believe in all of those, that goes along with happy wife, happy life. So if I make sure that she good, she going to make sure I'm good. Yeah. Now we good together. We can't take stuff and just dissect it to piece and be like, we too smart for our own good sometimes. So, but yeah, that one right there.
You know that one might need to expand to a topic all in itself episode.
Yeah. All right, Chris, give me another one. 15. 1 to 15. You say 15?
Yes, 15.
Oh Lord, Chris, I don't know.
You wrote the question, so I'm only picking.
I did not write these.
Where you get this from?
People sent these in. They sent these in as possible topics or stuff for us to discuss. Unmarried at 40.
I don't know. I'm married.
You don't want to dive into that one, huh?
You know what? Unmarried at 40.
What's your initial thoughts? I'm married at 40.
You know what? Are you unmarried because you don't want to be married? Because we can go biblical. I can't remember the Bible verse. But everybody's not going to get married. Everybody's not supposed to be married.
I don't know that Bible scripture. Oh, it's one in there. Okay, you put me on something else.
Paul.
Okay.
Paul. Thank you.
Oh, he didn't say everybody wasn't supposed to be married. He said if I'm not mistaken, that it came from him. We have to look it up. I think it came from him saying he didn't want to be married because he didn't want to take away from his relationship with God, if I'm not mistaken.
You know,
I'm
interpreting that was like everybody's path is different. If you 40, you know what? If you're 40 and not married and you want to get married, you can get married. But I think in one episode we talked about this. You got to put the energy, you have to put work. You got to put work in.
Yeah.
And you got to put work in. And dating at 40 is different from dating in your 30s, and definitely different from dating in your 20s. So it's a good chance you might marry someone who's been married before. They can be a widow or divorced, and they might have kids. Your expectation, you have to know what you want in a relationship at 40, like what you're looking for.
You know what? This is not good. When I was growing up, I used to think if you're not married, I actually used to think that's about 30, not just 40. But I always thought like, if you're not married by 30, and nowadays if you're not married by 40, then something wrong with you. That's what I used to think. But that
was a societal thing too.
Societal, I was along with society. So like my thought process was always to get married. I always wanted to be, I'm 12, 13 years old. I knew I was going to get married.
Not me.
I wanted to be, I wanted to duplicate what I saw in my mom and my dad. I thought that they love each other, and I wanted to duplicate that, right? Yeah. So my thought process was marriage was the next step after going to college and hanging out and spreading your oats. What they used to say? Spreading your wild oats, even though I was not taught to spread my wild oats. But so my thought process was very societal based in that marriage was one of the steps, transitions that you need to get to in life. And because of that, at a certain age, I felt like if you hadn't did that, then something wrong with you. Now, I don't think about that in the same way.
Is it because you're married?
No, I don't think about it in the same way just because I think I have different experiences of people now. I will say there is a reason why. There's always a reason. It's not just happenstance that I'm not married at 40. Going to your point, it's a reason. Either they're focused on career, if they didn't invest in time into it, into meeting people or developing relationships. Or I see this often, patterns. People having a pattern of dating the wrong people. You know that person ain't right for you. Date that person, get out of that relationship, go to the same person or with similar attributes. But that doesn't mean that obviously you can't be married. I think I also believe that there is somebody
for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of contradicts what you were saying with the Paul situation. But I do think it's somebody for everybody. I believe in soulmates. I believe there's a possibility for love at first sight. I believe in those things. Why? It happens. Don't know. I think I was in love at first sight with my wife. I tell that story. Nobody believes me. She don't even believe me. But I don't really. Believe me either. But I really felt like that was the case. Probably the only person in the world that believes me a little bit would be my other homeboy. You remember Byron? Yeah. Byron believes me. He was there. He was there, and his thought process was, I treated her differently than I ever treated anybody else in my entire life. So, but that was my initial thoughts. I think now it depends on the person.
Yeah. And also, if you're not married at 40 and you're happy,
yeah,
like don't fall in traps. Like I need to get married. I have to do this. I have to do that. All you have to do is stay who you are and keep living.
Yeah, I think me being married made my life better. But there again, at 11 or 12, I was thinking I wanted to be married. Yeah. I feel like if I wasn't married now, I would feel like I'm missing out because at that young age, I always wanted to aspire to be there. Had I not aspired to be there, I might not be married. It was in the back of my head. We can sometimes speak things into existence, but that's another.
But if you're speaking to existence, you have to do the work to get it.
Yes, speaking into existence means I'm speaking it, and so therefore I am now going to take those words and put them into action. Yep. All right.
Because you're just not manifesting a husband or a wife.
No. They ain't coming out of thin air. They don't grow on trees like money.
I've been trying to manifest a six-pack for years.
Six pack or what?
You know, I have. But you know what happened? I got a keg instead.
Okay. 1 through 15. You
12.
pick 1. You pick 15.
12.
We did 12 in a previous episode.
All right, 13. I did 13 already then.
No, you didn't. Finish your statement. Insecurities arise when?
When I'm not prepared.
When you're not prepared. What do you mean?
So let's say we come to this podcast and I'm insecure about it because I didn't prepare. I didn't do the work needed to be for that. Okay. I could also say I'm insecure arises when I feel I don't belong.
Those are two good ones. Those are really good ones. The thing that comes to my mind is insecurity arises when I don't think self-esteem for me. It boils down to self-esteem. I don't think I'm as good as, or I haven't met certain levels of expectations for myself, or that I think somebody else have of me. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it in terms of relationship more than anything.
You calling me selfish, man?
Maybe athletic, huh?
Calling me selfish?
No.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Insecurities for me, I always think about past relationships, looking at myself in those relationships. I ain't had no insecurities. I ain't never been this guy. I don't think you have either. Friendships, I don't have no insecurities in friendship. Like, look, man, you don't like me, you don't want to deal with me no more, you ain't just deal with me no more.
But yet, I probably stopped dealing with you.
Yeah. Going back to, might not be here, neither here nor there, but you remember back, I think it was probably like our second year in college. People would be like, they would see me, man, where Chris at? I don't know. Or they'll see you, what Curvin? I don't know. And it was like, it wasn't that we had became that way, people just started associating us.
And we hung out a lot our freshman year, but we wasn't always together.
Right. They put us together. But
I think because we started the organization.
And we did student government. Yeah. But you got a car and you started working, and then I met somebody and was in another school. So we were not like, our time apart was getting more and more. Yeah. When I think about that, like, I didn't get jealous and was like, oh, I'm used to hanging out with Chris. That insecurity didn't come. It was easily explained. He has a car, he has a job, and he has a girl.
But also, too, like, when I got that car that second semester, that second year, we still hung out. Like, hanging out was different. Yeah. Like, it was, like, a lot more intentional.
Yeah.
Because remember, we drove to Atlanta, drove to Charlotte, drove to Charleston.
I don't remember Charlotte.
We did.
Okay. I didn't remember Charlotte.
We did.
I guess I was supposed to remember Charlotte.
You remember things I don't remember, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But my insecurities from friendship standpoint, I didn't have them. But relationships, I probably did. Thinking that I needed to be here or needed to be able to do this for this person because I thought that they wanted that.
I feel that too.
Yeah. All right, you got time for one more, Chris?
Yeah, we'll probably get two more in, like if we speed it up.
Okay.
Did I do 9 yet? Did I do 9? Because I didn't.
No,
I didn't project 9, Kirby.
All right, 9, Chris. Reset, restart, refocus. Reset, restart, refocus. Why are you thinking?
Well, I'm
okay.
Why are you rushing me?
I was gonna jump in and give you mine.
Reset, restart, refocus. Get rid of social media. Stop watching TV. Start reading books. Start planning. start talking, start doing.
Okay. You right on it. I wasn't thinking about it in that sense. I was just thinking just that phrase, you can always do that. Whether you 15, 25,
Or 96.
or 96, or whether you did it in January, if it's January 2025 or February 2025, and it's not going how you want to, you can change that in March 2025. You can reset, restart, and refocus. It doesn't have, you don't have to sit there with it. You know, sometimes
You have to let it go. Sometimes you have to let it go.
You gotta let it go, like we did in the first episode.
Oh my gosh, like that phrase has come back. You know, every single episode we talk.
Let it go.
Let it go.
If it ain't fitting you,
let it go.
Let it go. You can always you can start over, man. Like I think about going back to business. You think about some people who, I think it was the guy. I want to say it was KFC. It might be somebody else who. I think his name was Truett Cathy. But anyway, he was having different businesses over and over again, and he didn't find himself successful until he was 57 years old. Multiple businesses, switched it over, and then finally he hit. I said KFC. It was either the owner of KFC or the owner of Chick-fil-A. One of them, one of the chicken guys. But it was 57. Think about that, like having different and then he had multiple. So you having a business, you're failing, having another business failing, having another business failing, and then finally at 57, you hit and hit big. So because both of those, whether it's KFC or Chick-fil-A, they synonymous with America at this point.
You know, right now I'm at a reset. What is it?
Reset, restart, and refocus.
So my first business, technically my third business, like I closed because I did I had a business where I did trunk shows. I did fashion trunk shows.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I was in New York for like 3 years straight, I did and I opened like a little boutique for like a holiday season.
Okay.
So the business that I put like a lot more time and energy into, like in December 22, I closed it. You know, I made some good decisions, and I made plenty of bad decisions, and it came to the point where it couldn't be open anymore. And I'm at that place where it's reset, restart. Things have been started, things have been reset, but it's still an ongoing process.
I really want my son to forever have that. I say my son. I keep talking about him so much, probably because he's the oldest one at the house. So I always talk about him, but I want all my kids to know you can always reset, restart, refocus. So
You get one more in?
if you want to.
Let's go for it.
All right, what you got for me?
5?
I thought he was gonna. No, you can't do 5.
All right.
We did 5 already.
Go ahead and do the one you think.
I thought you was gonna say 4.
4. Let's do 4.
We're gonna do 4. You ready for 4?
You get ready for 4. We have 30 seconds, right?
All right. So you had number 1, which was happy wife, happy life. Mm-hmm. You also had number 15, which was unmarried at 40. Right. So number 4 is first date.
Wait.
It's not a setup.
It's like first date.
It's not a setup. It's what you say the first date is.
So
it could be your first date.
Or my pre-marriage, or
it could be that date, that first date. It can be a first date of some other person. Or it could be your first date for your wife.
First date as a 40-year-old man. Like, cause my first date when I was 16 is different from what I would do my first date now.
Okay. I mean, it's whatever.
All right, first date.
First date.
First date.
First date.
January 1st.
This guy. All right, so let's do this. Let's play it safe. First date of the person that you married.
No, let's not do that because.
No, I want to do that.
So our first date, okay. it was her birthday. We was working at county seat,
Okay.
and
Oh my God, you said county seat. I bet everybody looks like, what is county seat? Yes, that was a brand at one time. It was absolutely.
It's a defunct clothing company.
Yeah.
So first date, and I might get yelled at because I might get it wrong. So the first time we went out,
Don't go too in depth.
if it wasn't the first date, it was one of the dates. So we went out for her birthday, and we went to Chili's. We hung out at Chili's, we talked, and after Chili's, we went to Books A Million. And
Was I working at Chili's then?
you were, but you wasn't working that day.
Okay.
And we went to Books A Million, and we walked the aisles of Books A Million, picked up books, got coffee from the coffee shop, and hung out at Books A Million, like Chick-fil-A and then Books A Million.
Oh wow. That was cool. My first date was with another person.
First date with your wife?
Yeah, she brought security. It's her best friend.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, she didn't know me. In her words, she didn't know me.
But y'all going in public?
Huh?
I was going out in public.
She didn't know me. In her words, I don't know what she thought I was a serial killer or what. But she had her homegirl come through, and we went out to eat. And she picked a place. I want to say it was Piccadilly.
Piccadilly?
Dilly.
Piccadilly.
Okay, I want to say it was Piccadilly. We went out, and was I driving her? I can't remember if I drove.
You probably were because she had security with her.
I know she was there, and she didn't ask me to do this, but I did pay for everybody. And I wasn't thinking like, should I pay for her? Like it was just that's what
you did.
I'm gonna do, yeah. So I got a thumbs up for that from her friend, who's still like this is her best friend to this day. You know, me and her cool to this day. But after that, then we went to go see the movie Hitch with
Will Smith.
With Will Smith, and I just thought I was just doing something because we went to go see Hitch. Only to find out later she can't stand romantic comedies.
No more.
No rom-coms. She's a science fiction, thriller, scary movie person. And so she had to sit there in this rom-com, and I'm just thinking it's the bomb date. And it was because I was with her. But we...
Did her friends in the middle of y'all?
No, actually, after that, after the restaurant, I was good enough to go to the movies. So we went to the dinner, and then a friend was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna hand you off. He good to go." And
Call
then
me if you need me.
yeah, and we went to go see Hitched, and then that was it. I think I took it back to her apartment because we live in different cities at the time. So yeah, that was that. That was that. When I saw that first date, that's what I thought of. So I had a third party on my date.
So hit us up. Tell us about your first date with that person, that special person. Or better yet, tell us about what an ideal first date is. We're wrapping up this episode. If you haven't followed us yet, hit up the fan base, 3 Rows, 1 Mission. Instagram. TikTok, it is still there. We ain't going nowhere. But hit us up. Like our videos. Like our podcast,
like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe. And be on the lookout for some gear.